We are like 100 and something feet underground, looking at an almost 200 million year old waterfall. Just very casual Tuesday afternoon activities here with the Chase for Adventure clan.
The drive here was beautiful. There was like fall foliage, there were rocks, winding roads, mountains in the background. So different from Florida. I kept telling Daniel, it doesn't even feel like I'm in America. I feel like I'm through the mountains in Europe. Look at this. Crazy. It has been so cool just walking in here and learning a little bit about the history of like, hey, what is a cavern? Because I didn't know what it was. Apparently caverns are more closed in than caves, which you won't find bats and things like that in a cavern versus a cave. And then also, who thought it was such a good idea to come under here anyway, and how they knew that it was. Wow, so we're in it now. That's right. So already walking through the caverns, you can see all like the stalactites. It's even damp, apparently because we're closer to the surface. You do get more of the effects of like the running water down the caves. And our tour guide, she's so nice and bubbly and happy and is a wealth of knowledge. But apparently it's not just our tour guide. They have people stationed all along the caverns answering questions. Also, in case you guys were curious about the experience of Apollo.
Apollo's loving it. It's nice and cool, but not freezing.
Yeah? What's your favorite part, Bubs? All of it? So she was telling me this guy was above ground, felt a tiny hole that was pushing cold air, and he's like, this is a great idea. I'm gonna go down here, throw a rope, grab a candle. There's some caves, gotta go see them. How about no? Absolutely not, sir.
But thank you that you did, because this is a fun way to spend the day. Look at this. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Tara, real talk. Did I pronounce your name right?
Yes.
Okay. Real talk. Would you have done this? Would you have gone down a rope to find this?
No, probably not.
Okay. I'm glad that I'm not alone here in the we would have stayed above ground looking at the beautiful mountains.
There you go.
Team.
And all these colors that you're seeing as well, these are all totally natural, except for green. This is actually all moss and algae that's growing because of the lights. So without the lights, that can't grow in the caverns. It would be completely gone.
What's your favorite color? Which mineral strikes you? Oh, the manganese. Noted. I think that was an excellent choice. Okay, and the iron oxide. Love it.
Apollo, trick question. What's a pillar?
Passing by the fish market. And you can see they're very active. They're wet, so they're still growing. Water is still carrying minerals onto them, adding to their growth. So if you take a look through here, you can see where the rock was drilled into, and it actually exposes all these layers of sedimentary stone.
So how old are the caverns? Like, how old is the rock down here?
Scientists estimate that the caverns probably first began forming somewhere between 400 and 450 million years ago.
Apollo! You can't be rude, buddy. I feel like I have learned so much in the last 30 minutes. I wish I would have come here during high school because I feel like I would have learned way more and aced some science tests. Wow! Yeah. What is this? I'm confused. No, there's no way that's reflection?
That is. Yep. This is called Dream Lake. Dream Lake is the largest body of water in the caverns. It covers over 2,000 square feet of surface area, and you can see in most areas it looks really deep. That's just a perfect mirror reflection of the ceiling above it. At the deepest point, Dream Lake is only about 18 to 20 inches deep. Most areas are less than a foot.
Wow, my brain is tripping right now, honestly.
It's really cool.
This is crazy. And so that right there is a column.
Yep, exactly.
You see? A+. Would you say that this is the highlight of Luray Caverns, this piece right here?
It is. I don't know if I'd say it's the highlight, but it is a lot of people's favorites.
I love this kid. It's amazing, all of the different history tidbits that are all around here. A couple of cool facts that we've learned is that, stalactites which are the ones that form in the ceiling, they start off super duper skinny and are called soda straws, and they're extremely fragile, and then that's what happens before they turn into like the big fat stalactites. But we also learned that apparently right behind me there is a princess column, and they actually found the remains of a young girl and then an older man, and they have theories about what happened to them, how they got here, thinking that they were the first discoverers, but it turns out that more than likely they were just caught in a sinkhole when they were buried and then ended up down here randomly. But still cool. I love touching things when I'm at places. I don't touch them if I'm not supposed to, but if you tell me I can, like I went to the Washington Monument the other day and I literally ran to it and like gave it a hug. So Paulo, you want to touch the rock? You want to touch it? He knew exactly what to grab too, Bubs. Is that so cool? Is that smooth? Oh my God, that is so smooth.
Yeah, definitely. What was that? He loves it.
So fun fact, the only reason why we can actually touch this formation, it's because it's dead. So many people touch this formation over a period of years that the oils in our hands polished it. So no matter how much water grows on this or how active all of the sites around it are, this could never grow. And that's actually why when you do come to Luray Caverns, you can't touch any of the other formations because you risk of this happening to all of them. So Apollo, enjoy that one because that's the only one you're getting.
So, me and Apollo would like to know at this point exactly how deep underground are we?
The main body.
Wow.
The main body is actually kind of the center of the cavern system. It's actually completely dormant and inactive. If you take a look around, you'll notice it's completely dry.
Right.
There's no water here. It's underneath the crest of Cave Hill, just up above us.
Okay.
And the crest is so steep and thick that any water that comes up there, actually, it's like a natural umbrella. So the water comes down the sides of the hill, never actually makes it down below the crest, which is this area.
Right.
So everything you're seeing here is done growing, at least for now, and has been for a very long time. But the main body is also home to some of the largest and oldest formations in our cavern system.
Wow, it looks it. This looks like curtains or like under the sea. I almost want to like go in it, like if it's curtains, you know?
And those are called drapery formations.
This is why they look like curtains. No, go for it, tell me.
We are like 100 and something feet underground looking at an almost 200 million year old waterfall. Just very casual Tuesday afternoon activities here with the Chase for Adventure clan.
We're gonna need to get you baby tubs. Something that I wish I would have been just 5% more prepared for. It is actually really cold when you're going through the caverns. So if you are gonna come and visit, make sure that you do bring like a light jacket or wear a long sleeve. How cold is it down here, Tara, you were saying?
It's 54 degrees, but the humidity makes it feel like it's in the high 60s. From the
Okay.
before. But it's when you're down here for a while and you get deeper in the caverns and you're kind of standing around, looking around, talking and everything, it will catch up with you. It makes it a little bit cooler. So if you're cold-natured, we always recommend like a light jacket, things like that.
Annette, what is the setup you have going on over here?
So Apollo got really cold in the caves and I was like not loving him crying. And so I was like, you know what, this shirt's stretchy enough. And so I literally just put him in my shirt that stretches and it got his little feetsies. So now he's warm. He's able to eat in here all nuzzled up. So I think this is gonna work out.
See, and now I'm missing my personal body heater.
Yeah, now you're cold. Yeah. So he's made it into the cathedral. Apparently people get married here. It costs a lot of money. I don't know exactly how many doll hairs. All I know is that I messed up because it was a beautiful wedding and reception area. And they also have an organ. It's the largest natural instrument in the world. And apparently they have a whole bunch of stalactites that they tap on that makes the noise. And it's as far as 64 acres, Tara?
The whole cavern's is 64 acres, and these formations that are used in the stalactite organ are actually go as far back as Dream Lake and as far ahead as a couple more stops. So they're all throughout the tour round.
Wowza. Guys, main attraction up ahead. That is crystal clear turquoise water. Wow. So it's every 10 years. So super crazy. So people obviously come to the wishing well, they throw a coin. What I didn't realize was that every 10 years, they'll every year they drain this, they grab all of the coins and they save it up for a decade and then make a giant donation to a charity. And so 1 year from 2001 to 2010, they donated $486,000 to the American Cancer Society.
You see along this left wall, they did a lot of drilling and blasting to open this up into a hallway for people to walk through.
Wow. Well, it's a beautiful destruction.
It really is. And this little area here we call Tall Man's Nightmare, Short Man's Revenge.
Tall Man's Nightmare.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh.
Short man's revenge.
Nope, I don't make it.
Apollo and I were fine.
See, being shorter has its advantages.
Right.
It really
for sure.
does.
In this hyper-specific situation.
What's that?
Yeah, this is the 2 fried eggs.
Oh!
Yeah, or oysters on a half shell. So these are the fried eggs. These actually started out as stalagmites, just like the others that we've seen throughout the caverns.
Right.
But people who were working on this pathway actually used heavy equipment and were breaking this off to extend and widen the pathway. Now when they did that and they broke these stalagmites open, the bases left behind looked like fried eggs. And the workers thought that was hilarious. So they left it like this.
100,000 years.
We have a restaurant up there. We went during the summer. Right.
Wow, friends. I mean, you guys saw it. That place was absolutely stunning. We are heading back over to our friend's house because we do have a 3-hour journey back home. If you wanted to do more things than just the caverns, included in the admission ticket, there's actually a carriage and car museum that you can come and see some really old cars. One is a carriage from the 1700s, and then they have the original Mercedes-Benz. They also have a garden maze. I think that one you have to pay extra for, a rope, adventure park thing for kids and adults. And then they also have another olden time toy museum that you can come and check out, as well as a gift shop. But like I mentioned, we're just so exhausted, so we're gonna make it back home. But thank you so much for joining us on this video of Luray Caverns and joining us as we visit Virginia for the first time. Hopefully this isn't the last time. If you're from Virginia, let me know down below in the comments. Have you been to Luray Caverns? I've heard that this is a thing to do here when you have grown up here. Anyway, make sure you click the subscribe button down below and join us for the rest of our adventures around America and the world. Give this video a thumbs up. A humongous thank you to our patrons that continue to support our channel and the content that we create. If you want to help support our channel, make sure that you click the link down in the description below so you can find out how you can become a patron. And lastly, if you wanted free Amazon music, which who doesn't want free music nowadays, make sure that you click the link down in the description below. We have a free trial available with our code. And thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next adventure. Bye!